One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Nippert Stadium, one of the grand old cathedrals in the sport and home to the Cincinnati Bearcats. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Cincinnati Bearcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Bearcats will get us started with the opening kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors offense will get first crack at it here. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Meadows. Got his man. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't get...
Turning it on! And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors! You take advantage of tendencies when you set that opening script, and man, their film study showed up there.
I think the offensive coordinator, it's almost as if he knew what the defense was going to be playing. He knew the personnel. He knew the different looks and coverages and fronts that they were going to see. And that offense, they just chopped up yardage moving down the field to score in that opening series.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Cincinnati's offense will take the field for the first time. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. And I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. It's a big test for him.
And here's the thing. Proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Give to the running back. Makes his man miss. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And the Bearcats line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Toss to the outside. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Well, the head coach told us in pregame he liked the way his defensive speed matched up, and it's really hard to get the edge against these guys.
Yeah, and everybody wants to run outside and get their fast guys in space, but you look at how fast these backers close and run the football, it looks like you've got a little bit of space out wide, and then, boom, it's gone in a hurry.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Pressure coming. They're working that left side. Good, solid tackle. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find way.
There he goes. The 20, 10, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Hawaii. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they light up the scoreboard, covering 65 yards on that touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Makes the grab. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Hard running there. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. The Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking for a man. It's Horn. Got his man out of the backfield. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Bearcats are moving quickly down the field. Off play action on 1st down. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Bearcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. From the gun, running back on the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Makes the catch. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Now, 4th down. Number 10 on to kick it away.
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. We've reached the end of the period, and Hawaii is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. They've got a first down here to open the period. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Scanning the field, it's Meadows. Got a man. Finds a crease at the 20. Breaks into the open. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great second down opportunity.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the tight end. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Rainbow Warriors in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give on the inside. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
The Rainbow Warriors back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He wants to take the top off. He makes a grab. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Warriors. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Georgia Tech will need to mount a comeback, but those fans that were there when Calvin Johnson was a two-time All-American know this game is not over. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Florida Atlantic. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Almost had the completion, just missed it. And the Bearcats will punt it away on 4th down.
In punt formation to kick it away.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Looking for a man, it's Meadows. Right on the money. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And the Rainbow Warriors have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Sneaks into the end zone.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
Now, we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Now it's 3rd and goal. Give to the fullback. Can this defense stop them again on 4th and goal? Dropping back, it's Meadows. Touchdown, Hawaii! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Now backed up in their own end, it's 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, that's their 3rd sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point of the game.
He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Staying on track and getting it in on the option.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Cincinnati, 0.
And he's going to try to return this one. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
When you've already seen your quarterback go down 3 times, you might as well try holding, and they didn't get away with it. To throw, it's Horn. Makes the catch. Down at the 16-yard line, and they're threatening to score in the waning moments of the half. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Let's go! Let's go! Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Got it in the middle. It's Reese. He's down at the 27. They can stop the clock, and this is a first down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Wants to go up top on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line.
Turning it on. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Got it behind the line. It's Browning. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. To the air on 1st down. Working that left side. Shaw's out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the +42. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Horn. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll throw it from the red zone. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. And it's 1st down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the 1st half. Never a doubt. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And with time running out here in the 1st half, this offense will choose to take a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Cincinnati, and we've had a lively 1st half. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the 1st half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Nippert Stadium.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Got blown out in the 1st half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. Just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches.
Lofts one high and deep. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field.
Here we go.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Hawaii. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he added the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the ACC. Georgia Tech has just had no answers today. You should see what Yellow Jacket greats like Calvin Johnson are saying on social media right now. Talk about unhappy. They're trailing by 17 to Florida Atlantic. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Tight end now in motion. He'll do it himself. There he goes. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense. There's nobody there taking him, so he puts it.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on third down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
Let's pick it up.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Hauls it in. Ridden out of bounds at the 14-yard line, and that'll give them a bit more room to operate. The Bearcats will line up to punt it away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Breaks into the open. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Looking to get it in. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
There were very big expectations surrounding this guy coming into the season. He's delivered week in, week out. With that last catch, he's now got over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
Trying to find the end zone. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Warriors. This dude is absolutely taking... flamethrower to this secondary, torching everybody in sight.
So find something different, right? Like double team him, do whatever it takes to not let that guy beat you. He's just consistently being the one that's destroying you. You got to find a way to make somebody else work, make somebody else beat you.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Browning. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Bearcats will send out the punt unit. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. No fair catches here, looking for room. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. On the option. Now the pitch. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again.
Intercepted, and finally this defense makes a play. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He's taking the shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that.
Oh, he's got some space. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. Now on first down from the 30. They'll give it to him again. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Guys, it is Hawaii who will carry the lead to the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Skips away from pressure. Finding an escape route. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Bearcats have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are still hunting, still flying around, still chasing, still making life really miserable for this offense.
To the air on second down. Fakes to grab. Oh, there might have been trouble if they hadn't knocked him down so quickly.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver, put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And he'll try to keep that smooth leg swing going for the second time today, this one from 34 yards out. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Firing to the right, complete. And that's why you do explosive work in the weight room. Arm day's a good thing as he gets to the 23.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away he wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off of him, does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the first down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. The Rainbow Warriors kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Trying play action. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got his man to the left. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. 4th down and less than a yard, and of course the offense is going to stay on the field.
On the sneak, picks up 1. And that's a first down for the offense.
And the Rainbow Warriors pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Got his man on the outside. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The Rainbow Warriors come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Leaves it with the back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. And, man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different-looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And, David, when you start making